Okay, this is K6ST, your host, and today is June 4th, 2022. This is the presentation for the SNARS monthly meeting. The presenters will be myself, K6ST, and Wes. Get your face in here, Wes. There you go. KG7QXC, and we're going to be discussing Field Day, a lot about the fun of Field Day and what we're doing here and what you can do here at SNARS, and if you're out and about, maybe somewhere else. So let's start by saying thanks to Eric K6CZH, who's our webmaster, who's here today in person. He's shaking his paw, his hand back. He put this beautiful banner up of the Washoe Lake State Park, and it says June 24, 25, and 26. So when you click on it, you go to this page, which is a work in process. It says what Field Day is. It's the fourth weekend each year. A lot of people say it's the last weekend. It's not quite accurate because some years there's 4 weekends and some years there's 5 weekends. So as amateur radio operators get on the air, they show off their operating skills and equipment. They practice for emergency response capability. And of course, to display for public, let them know what ham radio is all about. And the public is invited. It's an important piece. This is the planned activities as is. It may change. We have the location at the Washoe Lake State Park from 12 o'clock on Friday, June 24th, which is when we'll plan for setup. And then we have to be out of there officially by 3 o'clock on Sunday. The event itself is a 27-hour event, but most people do 24 hours. So let me explain what that means. It goes from 11 o'clock Pacific on Saturday officially to 2 o'clock Pacific Sunday, but it's 27 hours if you don't set up ahead of time. Everybody sets up ahead of time. Therefore, it's 11 a.m. Saturday to 11 a.m. Sunday. So the tentative plan is to set up on Friday, starting at 12. We'll have an informal get together and dinner of some type there. We don't have it on here, but for the people that are staying overnight and people that are putting things together, we'll have a little breakfast. Then the operation starts at 11 a.m. on Saturday, June 25th. We're tentatively planning on holding a couple of ham radio classes, maybe on building an antenna and something else. QRP. We'll have to see. What's the other one?
QRP. We may do a QRP demonstration.
Oh, maybe a QRP demonstration also. Thanks, Wes. No, we're probably going to do one session on one thing and one session on another.
That's just a general schedule. It's subject to change. When we put out our last announcement, once we put our last announcement out there, that's when whatever you see, that's what we're going to have.
Okay, this is going to be
finalized somewhere around 3 o'clock.
Thank you very much. You read my mind.
So this will be coming together with the team. You want to talk a little bit about the team, just the whole team concept here, Wes?
Yeah.
Get in the camera here. There we go.
Yeah. Pretty much, it's we're just Jim had to go away for the issue. He's on screen, but he had to go away for family issue, and so everybody's looking for a leader, so to speak, or a coordinator, whatever you want to call him. Well, we decided the best way to go is with a team. The board is the team, and so like I said, it's not no one's the boss. It's a team effort, and this is how we're working it. And we'll get all the job. We've got it. We all know, because all of us have been field day operators, field day somewhere, and so we know how it's supposed to go. My last one was about 5-6 years ago at Washoe State Park, the same place at the Pavilion, which is a real big place down there. And it was fun, but I didn't operate a little bit, during the night. But it was still fun meeting people, watch the stuff. You learn a heck of a lot. Mr. DeBay over there. He was there. He's always there. He's got this big old monster antenna about so big as this room. Just kidding. But it is tall, and he needs a crew to get it up. You're going to have the same antenna?
Same antenna, different max.
Oh.
Do the inverted V this year.
Really? Okay, well, that's a heck of a lot easier. You know, we still gotta get that masked up.
Yeah, push up now.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, things are getting better. Modern days, baby. Yeah. Anyway, so that's good. But anyway, he's a regular. He comes there every day. I mean, every year for the most part. And you'll see other regulars there. We're looking for help. We're looking for setup people, ground crew. We're looking for cooks. Tell me, I'm gonna see right now. It's not gonna be what you had last year. We just don't have the time. We don't have the people that would get to that extent. So it's gonna be barbecue. It's gonna be hot dogs, hamburgers, potato salad, macaroni salad, you name it. That's what we're gonna have in that atmosphere. It's gonna be a little cheaper on the pocketbook, but it's gonna be fun. And we'll have the what do you call it? We will have the sides with sides there as well. But throughout the day, starting in the late afternoon into the evening, we'll be having some barbecue until everybody decides it's time to go home. Or they hang around and chit chat. You might
Or
want
they go back and operate.
That's right. We'll use operators, and we're not really looking. I mean, we got experienced operators, and we got people that may want to try it, and we're there to help you start, see if you like it. So this is not about this time. This time it's not about points. It's about you guys. You know, if you've never done it, well, this is the time to dabble because we're going to be there. We're going to help you out.
Okay, perfect, Wes. Hang on here. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to show a little more. So for those of you that have not done Field Day is an event that is every, Nick says he's got a 050, 05 antenna. So a number of people will be bringing gear, and we're going to, over the next week or so, I believe Tony's going to be putting some things up onto the, onto the website. Yeah. Go ahead.
I have mine. I'll be running myself. I have an inverted V as well, but I don't have an 80. If you have 40 through 10, you got an 80, huh? It has a.
So that's really good. Yeah, we have some other antennas. What Tony will be doing is we'll be putting some sort of sign up form of different things of help and where do you want to help and what antennas do you have. It's going to be a come together.
Yes, we come together having fun. That's what it's all about.
Having fun. So speaking of having fun, on this ARRL website, it has all the maiden information about Field Day, and one of them is called the Field Day Locator. And this is a kind of a cool thing. So let's find out where this Field Day Locator is. Field Day Locator is a tool that the people that are setting up their sites, they go and they say, we're going to be operating at this place. So if you want to know where it is, let's say you're traveling or you're new in the area, you look. So I put on the site here. Oh my gosh, we need to get over to the West Coast. How's that? W7TA.
You know, punch in KG7D.
Okay, he's right next door. Okay. So what we see here is a map. And on the map, we see Reno. So this one is W7TA, which is the call sign for the SNARS. I set this up so it shows SNARS amateur radio, Sierra Nevada amateur radio study SNARS. It's at Washoe Lake State Park at the main pavilion, as the longitude and latitude. In Reno, Nevada, we're not currently planning a GOTA station, which is a get on the air separate mentoring station. Has the frequency for the talk-in, my contact information, the phone number, the website, and the email for SNARS. It's important because sometimes people are traveling or they want to know, hey, what's going on around? Now there's another one nearby here, and we'll see just to the right, there's another one here, and that's N7P, and that's a Northern Nevada Preppers group. So they're doing something, and you can see the details there. I happen to know they have a net on Wednesday nights on our linked repeater system at 8 p.m. I think they're going out Thursday, 2 days before, to practice preppers. Somebody on the air said they were going to preppers. Okay, now here's another one, K7F. Here's a group, Paul Ritter and wherever they're at. There was another one on here, but maybe, let's see where it is. Oh, here we go, KG7D.
Yeah.
Go ahead and mention this. I'm losing my voice.
Okay, well, let's look for it. Anyway, KG7D, right.
Yeah.
This is the guy where I normally go with. So we go on an expedition. And they're usually between 3 6 guys, you know what I mean, or more, you know, it depends what year and what's going on. Some people have to drop out last minute, but it is what it is. We get out there in the desert. We're out there in the middle of, actually, it is the middle of Nevada. And 2, it's out there on a dry lake bed, as dry as the Dry Creek lake bed. And we do have a lot of fun. Myself, my take on field day, it's the only day that I do this, is that when I get out there, contesting is secondary to anything I do. I get in there and contest, but it's a fun day. You know what I mean? I'm a social butterfly. I'm all over the place. I'm going there bugging the rest of the guys off. You know, no, we are spread out. So it gives me some exercise too. And I need it. You know?
There you
so,
go.
Anyway.
So it's about fun.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a great way to get experience and learn. Anyway, so this is a good tool because I want to just, you know, we're promoting and we're saying we're doing the SNARS one, but the reality is not everybody might be available. And I just want to let you know that if for some reason you're traveling or another year comes, there's almost always a field day somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to show just a few more things about this site. I'm not going to go through it all, but you can look at it yourself. It's the 160, 80, 40, 20, 15 meter and 10. And then it also includes VHF 6 meters and above. So that's always a fun thing. The bands and modes are there. The modes are sideband, digital, and CW. The digital does include FT4 and FT8 because there is an ARRL special piece you can put on there. So that's another way to do it. One thing I do want to mention is that there are a lot of bonus points. So I just want to talk about the point structure for a minute. What happens is it's not a contest, although people can compete, okay? So it's really going out, having fun, setting up your gear for emergencies and practicing. At the same time, there's the public service piece. So in the rules, they talk about where is this here? Let me just find it. Bonus points, and there's different bonus points for things like. Let me just scroll down here. I want to get down to the big bonus points. Scoring, QSO points. And bonus points. So bonus points is a combination. So your total number of points for how we do is your QSOs, the contacts, times a power level, times you get more points for CW and digital than you do for sideband. And then there's other things. So traditionally we've been a 7A, which means 7 transmitters in the A class at SNARS. So you get extra 100 points per transmitter. So there's some of the points is based on the operation, but look at this, there's media, 100 points for media, 100 points for a public location, 100 points for a public information table. So what they're doing is they're incentivizing us to do PR, let other people know, have fun. I've decided we have a team that Wes mentioned coming together. And so I offered to put together and keep track of the bonus points. So I'll get the information in to the media. I'll keep track of what we need to do. Some of these we have to do on site. So for instance, there's a satellite. So if somebody brings satellite gear and they do a successful satellite contact, we get 100 points for that. And then alternative power. And that means if you make 5 QSOs using non-commercial mains, non-generators, so that basically means solar, you get points.
Or battery.
Yeah, or battery. No. Yeah, not, yeah. So, yeah, alternative.
Right.
Yeah, and that also means, thank
Solar?
you. Hold on one sec. Stand by one sec. Well, go ahead.
I got solar.
Okay.
75 watts.
That's fine. I'll probably have, so this, we'll see. We'll see who has everything. The other interesting thing about the alternative power is you actually don't have to bring the solar out there or the wind out there. The battery has to have been charged by natural methods. So you can actually charge it ahead of time and bring it out. So lots of things. We have the W1AW bulletin. That's often copied well digitally. Then you don't have to, you just set it up, but some people do CW. I've done it before where I've copied it voice, try to write it down. My writing doesn't get that fast. So, and an educational. So we talked about having possibly 2 educational sessions. So we get 100 points for doing that. But the idea isn't just the points. The idea is we're helping him learn and do things. You're inviting new people in. So that's the whole idea behind it. Also, there's some, if we get an elected official, a government elected official, which the best way to do that is to find one that said that's 1 or 2 that will say they'll come ahead of time. So we got to set that up. Also by a served agency. So served agency is the Red Cross, Salvation Army. And then there's another one somewhere else, I don't know where it is, about if you make a contact or send a contact to the section emergency coordinator. So a lot of people in that. So it's go and have fun, getting out, having a beer or a soda, talking with your friends, learning from each other, come for as long as or as little as you want, put up antennas, hopefully get a beautiful sunny day, have a blast and make some cues on the air.
I'd like to talk about some of the equipment. We have 3 FT450.
Get over here.
There you are. Anyway, we got 3 FT450Ds we'll be putting online, and of course it'll be linked up by Wi-Fi. And I will too. I'll be operating my own rig, but I do have Wi-Fi connection, so I'll be linking up there. And I'm sure you're going to be linked up, aren't you? Going out? Yeah, they got so many computers. Like, oh yeah, I can use my own, so we can spread them out, because it will link. So anyway, someone offered a couple antennas, which may put those up. Depending on what's going on. This is Tyler, K7 TDM. He offered to use these DX engineering. So I don't know if you've seen those. Those are nice. They're verticals, but they work well. They really do. Well, be picky, why don't you? But anyway, we're going to have fun. That's what it's all about. We're going to have fun. And like, even though we're operating, depending who's operating behind the 450s, we're going to have dedicated operators, and we're going to have guys that who just volunteers. If you want to stop by, ask you questions, we'll show you what's going on. We'll put you behind the wheel or behind the radio.
So just mention about the control operator about you don't have to.
Oh yeah, you don't need to be a fast license.
You don't be a ham.
Yeah, you don't have to be a ham. All you got to be is there. We are the control operators. We are taking control of the situation, so making sure that you don't screw up. And anyway, this is talking about contesting, by the way, because there'll be some contesting going on for sure. The emphasis on getting things correct. The call sign and the exchange. You got to make sure that call sign is correct. If you have to verify it twice, verify it twice. Make sure they got your stuff, your information correct, and they usually confirm somehow. Most times this is that I see this guy's chasing, going away. The guy just goes away, just dials off, and the operator, the guy who's running the situation, he's calling for the guy, what was your exchange? What's your exchange? Understand there is an exchange both ways. So if you're new to this, you'll hear it. Listen, operators do more listening than they do anything else, except maybe me. I do more talking. I'm a bucket.
So actually, that's a great time to show a small video. I know that a lot of us have been to field day, but not everybody has. Thank you, Wes. Just hang on and have a seat.
Thank you.
Just going to show a small video that looks pretty good. This was for 2021. We need to set something up here on the screen. Get back to here. our audio.
Well, ARRL Field Day is here again. It's ham radio's open house. Every June, more than 35,000 hams throughout North America set up temporary transmitting stations in public places to demonstrate ham radio's science, skill, and service to our communities and our nation. It's so much more than just another contest. It combines public service, emergency preparedness, community outreach, and technical skills, all in a single event. Field Day has been an annual event since 1933 and still remains the most popular event in amateur radio. On the fourth weekend of June of each year, radio amateurs gather with their clubs, groups, or simply with friends to operate from home or remote locations. Field Day is a picnic, a campout, practice for emergencies, an informal contest, and most of all, fun. It's also a time where many aspects of amateur radio come together to highlight our many roles. While some will treat it as a contest, other groups use the opportunity to practice their emergency response capabilities. It is an excellent opportunity to demonstrate amateur radio to the organizations that we might serve in an emergency, as well as the general public. For many clubs, ARRL Field Day is one of the highlights of their annual calendar. The contest part is simply to contact as many other stations as possible, and to learn to operate our radio gear in abnormal situations and less than optimal conditions. However, traditional field day operations were compromised last year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Since we are still grappling with restrictions and safety practices this year, hams have continued to do their part in stopping the spread of this disease by limiting the size of gatherings, by wearing masks, hand washing, and by observing social distancing. That makes a traditional group field day activity much more difficult to do safely. ARRL, which sponsors and organizes Field Day each year, has altered the rules temporarily to allow more single operators to operate at-home stations. The rules now include plenty of options to either participate safely in groups or for members to participate using their own radios at their own locations. That location may be your ham shack at home, your backyard, a public park, a farm field, or a church parking lot. Anywhere you have the owner's permission and where you are able to follow the health guidelines or guidance from your local government or health professionals. Field Day starts Saturday, June 26, 2021, at 1800 hours UTC, and ends Sunday, the 27th, at 2059 hours UTC. Field Day contacts may be made on 160, 80, 40, 20, 15, and 10-meter HF bands, as well as all VHF and UHF and above amateur radio frequencies. Bands not listed here are off-limits for Field Day operations, as are all FM repeaters. Field Day is open to all amateurs in the areas covered by the ARRL, RAC field organizations and countries within IARU Region 2. Remember, Field Day is not a contest. It is an operating exercise. It is, however, a great way to get introduced to contesting without the pressure of actually jumping into a real contest. When you can start setting up depends upon your class and other particulars. The complete set of rules, regulations, and contest scoring are way too involved and detailed to be covered here in this short video. Go to the ARRL website at www.arrl.org.
Okay, so there's a little video. That was from 2021. It hasn't really changed. They added some rules back in the beginning of the pandemic, 2020. That because of the pandemic, that allowed you to operate separately at home or different locations and aggregate the scores. So that way we were together, but we were individual, right? And they did it again in 2021. Well, they left the rule in there. We're still in a pandemic. It's, for a lot of people, it's not as bad, but if you want to be part of SNARS and operate and add the scores together, you can. I'm going to bring up some pictures here. There's a special Field Day edition that of the newsletter that gets put together each year by Howie, our newsletter editors. This is from last year, 2021, and thanks to all the pictures that came in. Now, let me bring up the pictures. Oh, do I have the right one? Yes, results. No, this is not, I don't have that one up yet. I'm going to show you a different one first. Let me bring up the screen. This is the results, and then I'll show you the pictures. So I'm switching gears here. So the results come in later in the year, usually about December. And in the field, in the QST, they list an article a little bit about it. So it talks about it. And then in very small print is all the information. So I'm going to look for W7TA, no, Sierra Nevada amateur radio. So it's pretty small. Let me make it bigger so you can see it. So last year, we did 5,458 points. So it's a little bit of bragging rights, you know, and you can go in and look at it and see how people did. Again, it's not a contest, but it's an operating event, but it's a lot of fun. Out of all the years, I just remember many times going out, helping people, learning, making some fun contacts, talk to some people in the area that I haven't talked to for a while. And since it's not a contest, you don't have to like push, although many people go from one person to the next. So I'll hear some guy I hadn't talked to in a while. Oh, how are you? You know, have a few minutes to say hi. And then maybe, you know, get up and bring a youngster or a newbie or somebody else who wants to learn, put them in the chair in Elm Room. So it's a great time. Plus it's outdoors. Summertime in Nevada often is nice. Hopefully it's early enough that it will be smoke free. So that's kind of a cool thing.
I like to say.
Go ahead and say something while I bring up the pictures. Go ahead, Wes.
Go
ahead.
Okay. One of the things about contesting, especially if you're going to be part of a team, you're assigned. You may be assigned a frequency, or you might be free running, search and pounce. If you're which is what I found out last year. We had a lot of newbies out there, man, last time, and it showed. It really did.
Is that you? Okay. Okay, hold on. I just stand by one sec. Jim, we're going to mute you up. And go ahead, please continue.
Okay, that they would lose control of their station. You know, what I mean by that is like, you know, they get their, they would go call sign looking for, you know, they're looking for stations to come in, QRZ. And next thing you know, they're just jumping in with their call signs everywhere they can. You know what I mean? I said, even after the guy has already called for somebody else, before he said QRZ, he's already pounding on you. Take control of the station. This is your frequency. Take control. You tell them, please, these are the rules. You don't come back at me unless I say QRZ. Other than that, I don't want to hear nobody. You know what I mean? And when I ask for that, I'll pick one. You know what I mean? But you got to continue. I mean, sometimes it was chaos, depending what time of the day it was, what time of night it was. It was chaos. A lot of newbies. They didn't know how to take control of the station.
And that's what's so cool about it is we can learn and help each other. It's a great place. Let's do a quick show of hands. How many people have been to any field day? It doesn't have to be a SNARS. Okay, so probably about maybe 2/3 here. Thanks, Wes.
Yeah, okay.
We're going to show a few pictures here, and then we'll get some more comments, and we'll be moving along. So last year this is the summer edition of the Crackling Static. Howie put it together, and thanks to all the people that showed up and all the pictures. It's just like a lot of pictures, and so maybe we can get this as a link, hot link onto the website, and that way, if people want to see what's happened from before, last year I think it'd be good. We did it at Washoe Lake State Park. I was not there. Were you there? No, you were not there. Anybody there last year?
Who's that? Okay. Carson.
A couple of 3-4 people.
Who was there last year? What were you doing out there?
I had meet people.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay, so that's a good thing. Derek said he was there to meet people, and then good. And you were there. You were operating sideband or other? Peter sideband, or what were you operating?
40 meter side voice.
40 side voice. And Clint, what were you operating up there? 20-meter voice. Good. I know there was some CW and also some digital. It's fun.
I'd like
you
to
know-
say something about that digital.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
That digital, for you newbies, that's the best thing to start out with, just get used to being under some kind of a regulation, you know what I mean? FDA is one of the biggest things to do, is pretty much runs by itself. You just got to make the change in WSJT, which you have to use
Yeah.
in the field, hit the field A marker and put your information in. Outside that, it's pretty simple. And so basically you click on it, make contact, you give them your signature, your
Exchange.
information exchange, and they give them yours, and it just goes on and on and on. But to get you on the air, you're doing something, you know what I mean?
That's really good. I think the mentoring, the Elmering is a fantastic place.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, there's a lot of activity in the band, so it makes the whole equation really good. By the way, here's a picture of Clint. Is that you, Clint? KAE6CA, it is AE5CA, that's written wrong. He's coaching one of his 3 granddaughters, making a sideband contact. How old was she last year, do you know? Roughly?
No. 4.
4 years old. That's so fantastic because
There was 4 contacts from my station last year. 2 of them was my oldest granddaughter, Alana. 2 of them was my little granddaughter.
great. So he had the grandkids come out and have them have experience. I want to speak, I do help the youth here in the area. It's a great youth time to do it. I will look to see if we can maybe get some outreach to the youth ahead of time and have them come. We get some bonus points for this. If we have enough youth coming and it all makes sense, we could set up a go-to station, which is get on the air station. It's a separate station. I don't know that we need it or not, but again, it's a great way to have a lot of fun.
Better off to take somebody else off the air. That
Yeah,
station is
yeah,
closed.
Right.
Yeah.
So you-
Yeah, you get the coaching points there.
And the,
I agree.
Go-to points, you get 20 contacts each.
Yeah, then you get more.
Plus you still get the regular use of it.
Correct.
Right. So we might be doing that. Thank you. Thanks, Clint. That'll be good to do that.
You coming out, Clint?
Maybe.
Field day, or Christmas.
Yeah. You're pretty close.
Field
aren't
days usually a
you? Yeah,
little more expensive for me.
right,
Okay,
yeah.
well, come if you can. I know different people have different commitments with family and other events. So one of our hams was going to come and he can't do Saturday and Sunday because of another commitment, but he's going to come out for a little bit on Friday. Here's a few pictures. Here's a W7 DBE. That's Doug, who's our recorder. He supports the board by recording the minutes. And here's an antenna that he was using. And on the left, he has a grab and go box. So you'll see a lot. That's another thing. You'll see a lot of different choices. Come out for an hour or come out for 4 or come out for all day or come back the next day and bring somebody. So whatever works good.
If you want to get involved, come out, spend some time. That's how you learn.
Yeah, that's good. John Fox was here last year. He also lives in the Philippines. So I don't think he's here this year, but had some commentary. We need people to help for food. We don't want to overwhelm anybody. And if we can get a few people to pitch in, it's going to be easier. In the past, we had tri-tip. We're going to do a little less fancy and a little more cost effective and a little maybe quicker, easier to do and clean up. So that's the idea. Not sure quite yet for the people that are helping out on Friday night what we're going to do food wise, but we're gonna sort it out. We may need some equipment and maybe some ham equipment. We might need some cooking equipment. So over the next few weeks, we'll kind of sort that out. Again, I think Tony's going to put together a form spreadsheet. That way we can fill it in and kind of keep track and know what we need.
You know, what you can do for us.
Yeah.
What you can help us with. And understand this, whatever it is, we're going to be there too. So if you need help, you ask us too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not bosses. We are a team to help out there do stuff. Get it
That should be,
done.
It should be a lot of fun. On the left here, you can see the W7TA main pavilion. This is the pavilion with one of the antennas here. Now, let me mention one thing about what's called a multi-multi. Multi meaning multiple stations and multiple operators. Most of us get on the air, let's say HF, and we're by ourselves at home. We have one radio, or maybe you have one radio, you go to the park with a friend, and you have two operators. That's a single, that'd be a single op or a multi-op single station. But when you have multiple stations, it brings up a whole different set of things. Interference, special antennas, bandpass filters. So what we're trying to do is isolate it so we can be on the air with each other and other bands and not interfere. And that's why Field Day is such a great event, because it gives a chance to work out kind of the bugs in how to do things. It's a preparation. So let's just say we do Field Day, and now there's something that happens that we need to go out into the field as a group and do some sort of emergency communications or backup communications. Well, we've been practicing, and it's a way to do it. Plus, it's a heck of a lot of fun. That's why they have it in summer.
That's right.
Go ahead and say a word or two, and then I'll move down.
That's what this is all about. Field communications, field emergency communications. And like I said, that's why I said, this is the only day where contests, and I'm not really into that. I'm into the communication. Like I said, I'm a social butterfly. Hey, how you doing? What's going on, man? Need any help with anything? Whatever, you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm all about. And on Field Day, people are just, sometimes they're just blistering death for contacts, like Eric back there, he's out with us at but in one year he came out, he was the animal of the set that year, and he's 175 contacts, where I am, I don't even want to mention it, how many I had, but I had fun, I had fun with the people, man, that's what it's all about. It's having fun, get lighthearted here, because this is radio, it's supposed to be fun, and that's what it's all about.
That's so cool. Over here in this picture is a mag loop. It's Pavilion F loop antenna that was used. And in the back, you can see water. The last number of years, there's been water in Washoe Lake for a long time. It was dry. So let's say you're going to be out there for quite a while or several days. You might want to take a break, go for a walk, enjoy the area there. Also, in this particular article, they had Field Day members' individual operations. So here's Wes and Greg. They did a separate one. And so what this is all about is supporting the club, whether it's at the club station or out at other stations. Right. Here's Eric K6CZH working phone at his location, the KG7D camp.
Come over there.
Yeah, over here. And then here's a W or NU60 working FT8. So lots of funds at different locations.
I got to say something to say about NCU6, I think it was. Yeah. NUC6. I forgot to call it, but he was out there. He's coming out there again. He is him and his wife are both. They live in that trailer. Okay, and they've been going all over the place, in the area here, and that's what they live in. They go from one place to another place, and they're going to be out there this year. They enjoyed doing what we was doing out there, and like I said, they just it's pretty cool. She had a specialized oven, just in case you didn't know. It says he's probably got a picture of it somewhere on this roll here, and it's a solar oven, working pretty good. You might want to think about that, man. It's pretty cool.
That's a really good point. We talk about radio, but there's the camping aspect of it. So if you've got some gear you want to set or try, and it's fun. You can bring kids. You can do lots of stuff. Let's talk a little bit about the Washoe Lake State Park itself. I'm going to mention a couple things that Wes, maybe you can mention more. So it is a park, and there is an entrance fee. I think for a day currently, and I'm not positive, it's $5 to get in. So there is an entrance fee that the park likes to charge. If you go camping, I believe it's $15. And for us young people of 65 or over, that are Nevada residents. And when I looked the last time, I think you had to have lived here 5 years, if that's true. You get to buy a pass, which I'm going to do, for $30. I thought it was 35. I think I looked it up. It's 30. It's good for unlimited entry and free camping at all Nevada state parks for one year, not a calendar year, from whatever day I get it. So if I go in on the 24th of the month, or let's say I go down and buy it on the 23rd of June of this year, it's good all the next year. There is a ham who used to, many of you may know, Doug, KA7FO, we call him the Foo Man. He retired and he started a boondoggling. He spent a lot of time in Nevada and he goes to Arizona a little bit. So he just drives his little camper around and goes to southern in the winter and northern in the summer. So anyway, there is a small fee. There's no fee for field day, unless I have anything confused. We'll talk about the food in a minute. SNARS picks up the tab to reserve and pay for the pavilion for the weekend. There will be food, drinks, and other stuff. We're going to sort out
What's going to cost?
We're going to sort out that, I believe, but I'm not. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. We're going to sort it out.
It ain't going to be really expensive.
Yeah. So we'll sort out how that works.
It's not going to be a very elaborate menu like you had last year.
But it'll be good. It'll be good.
There's much of it.
Let's see here. Let's see if there's any questions from the Zoom area before we go on. If you have, let me make so you can unmute yourself. Let's make some magic happen here. I'm so used to doing this from home when I'm not speaking. Wow. Okay. So anybody from in Zoom out there that have any questions, go ahead and unmute yourself and give your call sign.
You close the check.
Yeah.
Hey, Ed, DHY, can you open your mic? See if it works. Do I have you set correctly? I might not have this set right. Here, I'll do this. Hey, Ed. Oops. It's not working. Okay. How about now? Ed? No. Okay, hold on. Let me find you again.
Are you unmuted, Ed?
No, it's something on my end. Hang on a second. Let me get this.
Fandangle Electronics.
That's Jim. Hey, Jim NXP, do you have something to say?
No, I must have. I think I canceled it out.
Okay, thank you. He's on twice. Okay, just be sure. Ed, can you unmute or not? No, okay, so let me reset something here. I did too much fun. When I do this and I'm at home, it all works fine. Okay, ask all to unmute. Unmute all. There you go. Allow participants to unmute themselves. Okay, Jim,
right,
how about now, Jerry?
There we go. I can do it now.
Okay, sorry, I had a little locked up. Do you think you're coming out or are you doing something else? I think you're going somewhere else.
I am going to be joining the preppers this year.
Oh, you're the one that's doing the preppers, yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I know it'll be different. I'm not
Oh, yeah.
sure.
Are they starting?
sure
Am I
what
correct? Am I correct? They're starting on. They're going out Thursday first. To
Thursday,
prep?
yeah. Thursday they'll start setting up something or another, or reserving off camping spots or something. I'm not sure. But
Do you know where they're at? Are they out at Fort Churchill?
Fort Churchill State Park.
Okay. Any idea how many people are going to that?
No, I have no idea.
Okay.
They get a pretty good turnout from what I hear.
It sounds good. And if it sounds good, that's the preppers group.
Yeah.
Thanks,
so
Ed.
Yeah, they're going to be meeting in the group area, group party area, and then there's, you can always go camping there. Hopefully there's spots available. Can't reserve anything, but
Good. Shoot some pictures out there if you can,
Okay.
and feel free to share them and send them in for that special edition.
Sounds like fun.
Great. Thanks, Ed.
And
Appreciate it.
By the way, Ed, when I said good luck, it says that was in a good way, okay? Yeah.
Well, I think this is my first field day that I've actually been able to attend. So I keep trying to get out into the middle of the desert with Greg and gang.
Yeah, the Carson boys. I told them to change that name.
But yeah, it just hasn't worked out in the past years. So
Yeah, you got a handle on it.
yeah. All right, I'll mute up again.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Jerry, JEZ, I see you're unmuted. Do you have something you want to say?
Yeah, I'd like to say a small continuing us from LCARES, Lyon County Amateur Emergency Radio Services, will be adjacent to them almost at Lake Lahontan. And we'll be there in the public day use section is what I understand. And like I say, there's only a few of us, so hopefully we can break away and go over and see Ed and his group.
Okay, that's great. That's really good. By the way, it doesn't, just to let people know, even though we're doing a big group with SNARS and there's other groups, you know, you can do your own thing at home or you go out by yourself. I find it more fun and more engaging to do it with a group of people. But do whatever you want, however you want. You know, there is a 5-watt category for those that want to go out and QRP. So it will be good. Okay, thanks so much there, Jerry. Anybody else on Zoom have anything they want to mention? Just pull yourself off mute and okay, go ahead, Dale.
I got a question. What time on Friday will we start setting up?
It's currently looking for SNARS. You're talking about the SNARS one. That's currently
Yes.
looking is noon.
Noontime.
That's what it's looking at. 12. That's when we have it. So, and that sounds about right. That's when we have it. Plus, we got to get out there and spend some time to do that.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thanks, Dale. You think you're coming out? Think you're going to be coming out?
Yes, I'll be out there on Friday.
Okay,
Good
good.
email. Put us on the list.
Oh, you know, let's just have Wes mention something. We don't quite have Wes, just mention it.
Yeah. Okay, we don't quite have the list, the sign-up sheet yet. So please go to SNARS at snars.org. Email and put in there with bold letters, field day help. So we can pick it up real easy on the email, okay? And just say, you know, then let us know what you like to do and help out where you can. So just let us know what you can do and what you can't do.
Yeah, I think that's a great solution because we don't have yet the sign up, all the details, but if you want to just email us, snars@snars.org and put field day help.
Yeah.
And then just type in whatever you have. Some guys have said they can operate some CW. Another guy says I can bring out an antenna and help set up, and some can cook. And so that's sort of the snars@snars.org is the big email for SNARS. It goes to all the board members and a few others. So we're going to use that for now, just to kind of get things going. But somewhere probably in the next week, I would imagine Tony will put an aggregate list together. Okay, thanks so much, Dale. Anybody else in Zoom that has any questions, say anything? Okay, how about here locally in the training center? Anybody have any thoughts? Talk loud. Go ahead.
All right, just real quickly, I signed up with the SNARS.org email. I could bring an antenna and a rate. Happy to do so.
Usually, yeah,
32 foot.
yeah,
Pop up next to it.
you do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one inch.
Nice.
bigger than mine.
So he's got gear, and I just want to repeat it for Zoom.
Do you want me to send that in the email? 'Cause I already.
Well, tell me, yeah, if you want to set up, yeah, because we got, like I said, we have 3 FT 450Ds. You know what I mean? We're probably gonna put operators on those. You know what I mean? And of course, he's gonna be putting up his system. He's gonna be using his radio. And Lisa, thank you. All right.
My radio, my antenna, I got the 3K generator that we've used in the past, 100-foot extension cord. and an extra 200 feet of coax.
Wow. He's set up, so.
Yeah, the issue, the logistic issue we have is that we're kind of getting things going here. So we don't have like the full setup thing on not the setup, but the information yet. So we're using, for you to fill in all the stuff on the form. So we're using is the SNARS.org. It's just sort of a tickler. So if you want to just drop us an email of that information, it's great. We're probably going to ask for it all later, but we're kind of working on it. It's also, by the way, I believe this is the first weekend today for Saturday. So I believe 4 weekends for the fourth weekend, it should be 3 weekends out if my calculation. All right. Yeah. So it's 3 weeks from this weekend. So we've got, we all have quite a bit to pull together in the next 3 weeks.
A week before field day, that's that weekend before field day, we'll be meeting out there, okay, to look things over. I'm sure he's been out there quite a few times now. We're gonna be looking over how we're gonna set up the antennas, where we're gonna set up the radios, we're gonna set up the Wi-Fi nodes, Wi-Fi, whatever it is, and et cetera. And so it's imperative you can get out there that Saturday to help to get the full idea of what we're gonna do and how we're gonna set it up. Everybody's got to be pretty much on the same page. Don't need no arguing out there. I have that spot. No, you don't. That kind of stuff. We don't need that.
Yeah, so we'll do a little stop, a pre-site, and once we figure out when that's going to be, we'll invite people to come out to do part of it.
Right.
Okay, thanks.
You bet.
Let me see if we have any more good things to show you. I think we do. Let's see if we have any more.
Michael, I got a question. I don't know who's all coming out, but who's coming out in tents? Anybody? Oh, yeah, that's right. You.
Probably be the tents
Right.
to sleep.
Yeah. Okay. This is an idea of best placement for you. Might be down there by him. I keep forgetting your first name. Peter. Thank you, Peter. Yeah. Peter there. And so, keep that section all stuff to the ones that the trailers and the big old Class A's come flying in.
Ron's not making it.
Oh, he's not making it? Oh, that's a damn shame. Oh, wow. Well, oh well. It's been nice. It's been a nice addition. For sure.
We'll also.
Mostly 34.
Yeah. I get a kick out of that thing.
We'll have we'll have plenty of people that will sign up, come plan. We'll have people that show up just on the fly.
Yeah.
So it's great. I just want to show this is some information which was in the current Crackling Static newsletter. So if you're a SNARS member, you would have gotten this. Gosh, I think it was on Monday this week. Two points of interest. John Miller's piece. He says, well, it's June, and you know what that means, field day. The plan is for this year's activity are being worked out, and we expect to have a lot of fun and time to be out working the airwaves. So he just talks about how we're going to have it at Washoe Lake State Park, and more information will be on the website. Also, Jim Shepard wrote an article partway down here on page 5 about field day come out and play. He's got a picture of the same picture we showed you earlier with Clint and his granddaughter. It has a bunch of the details. You're welcome to read it. This year, Jim, who has helped be the field day coordinator in the past, he's gone. He's up in Washington, helping some family members, but I think he said he's going to be on the air from up there. So lots of good stuff. Just remember the information is on SNARS.org, and it will be updated over time. As we get a little closer, we're going to probably send out some Crackling Statics to those that yeah, come over here and say a few things as I bring up this page here. What else you want to say about that's important about our SNARS field day? Anything else you want to add before we end?
Well, like I says, it's going to be different from the last time. We've got the operators who will be operating. They trust me, no doubt about it. Peter there will be operating, and Steve. Clint, so Clint will be operating Friday if he comes out. And of course, I'll be operating, but then again, anybody wants to come by and sit down next to me or sit right behind the radio, I'd be more than happy to. That's what this is all about. And we're gonna have a bunch of people doing that, of course, but they're in the middle of QSO and they're talking, I won't say nothing. Let them finish their QSO or their contact, okay? Then it's off the radio, if he's busy, you might want to come back a little later, especially if he's got a whole bunch of people he's talking to. And but like I said, it's going to be a fun time. I mean, I can't stress it much. There's a lot of camaraderie throughout the whole weekend. It's a lot of fun. So that's one thing I did. Even though the first time I went out to it, it did not operate. I still had fun. You know what I mean? And I did get to operate a little bit, but outside of that, it's a great time. It's a great time. You get the, like I said, don't be afraid to ask. Like I always say on the radio, on the net that we do. There's no stupid questions. The only stupid question is not asking that question. And yeah, hope you all come out.
Great. What else do I want to say? Oh, mic fright. So for people that haven't been on the air or HF, we can help them get through mic fright. Mic fright is a phenomenon that tends to happen for people sometimes. I even had it, but after a lot of years, it goes away. It's, you pick up the mic and you go, nothing comes out. You're a little scared. But, what we can do is put you in the chair, help. You can watch the operator like Wes or somebody, and put you in the chair and then kind of work with you. You'll get it.
Yeah.
So it will be a lot of fun. Let's see one more time. Do we have any questions? Let's start here at the training center. Any questions or comments? Yeah, good. Nice and loud. Thanks. Go ahead.
Free mic right, because it's a fixed reply. You don't have to worry about what to say. Whiskey 7 Tango Alpha, 7A Nevada, over.
There you go. Whatever alpha we got. That's right. That's simple.
And then they say on the other end, W1 ABC 2 Bravo Connecticut. And then you go, what's the initials for Connecticut? They say Charlie Tango. So the exchange is short, but we'll help people. That's a really good point.
I personally though, I'm gonna be chasing people around with my phone.
You're too.
Yeah, I know. I will be right there over my
You're too
heart.
funny. Let's talk about logging for a minute. What we've done in the past is we have a number of computers. We run N1MM, which is a free logging software. It's fantastic. And what we do is we network them together with a Wi-Fi network. So the idea is that when we type it in on this computer, say running 20-meter phone, it goes into the network and it goes across. And then all the other computers on the other bands get it too. So we take all the logs and we send it in. It turns out that since this is not a contest, we actually don't have to send the log in, but you got to send a dupe sheet in, which is basically the log. One year, I didn't send the dupe sheets in. I get the bonus points, but I didn't get the points for the keys. Yeah. So that will be good. Also, in the whole process of the PR, getting the message into the news media ahead of time. Sometimes over the years, I found sometimes they'll send a crew out. Doesn't give us any more points or not, but sometimes they'll send a crew out in video, and sometimes you get on the news or something. Because in ham radio, we're licensed, and the bands are free for us. It's now a whole $35 every 10 years for license or renewal. But other than that, it's free airwaves. So whatever good PR we can do is always helpful. And then along the way, you meet people say, somebody new comes out and says, well, I've always wanted to be a ham, or my uncle was a ham, or boy, my son would love this. Let's do it together. So that's a little bit there. Some people are not too comfortable typing and copying Exchange at the same time. I've seen it where they do it on a piece of paper and later they type it, which is possible. It's dual entry. We'll show you how to be able to get over that and just be able to get it in there. So it'll be a good training thing. Any more thoughts or questions from the group here at the training center today?
I have just something I want to say. As you know, so we're going to be using computers to log in.
Don't move too far.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Stay in the spotlight.
Definitely need to call you.
Yes, for sure. Anyway, we're gonna be using, Wi-Fi with computers. And like I said, the main thing is make sure you type, because only you on that computer can change anything on there. No one else can change anything on there. Okay, once it's lined out, you have a number, a spot, whatever it is, like, or whatever you need the computer is. You can only have control over that particular line that you put in. So that's the only thing you can edit. So, that's just to take your time. If you have to take a little more time getting it right, hey, you're in control of that station. You know what I mean? So, like that's why I said you got to take control of it. And you hear people coming in while you're trying to top in there, try to throw the call sign, try to get ahead of everybody else. You let them know, hey, when I say KQRZ, that's when I want the call signs. No sooner, no later. And what ends up doing is that you kind of ignore that guy. It keeps jumping in there. You know what I mean? And eventually, you take him after he gets the idea that we're not doing that thing. So it is what it is. It's going to be fun. Like I said, it's not scary at all. You know what I mean? It's fun. Once you get the groove in it, you're not going to want to get off.
That's a really good point. Once you get in, we call it getting in the groove.
Yep.
Two other pieces. One of them is sometimes you'll have another person with you,
Right.
either Elmering you or just sitting by your side. And I'll be listening, and let's say Wes is next to me, and I'm typing, and a guy says W6 RKP, and I type it in as W6 RKB. Now, he didn't give it to me in phonetics. It's his real call is W6 Romeo Kilo Papa. Actually, I think he's here today. I'm using his calls as an example. So if he was on, if Rod was on from his location and said W6 RKP, but I heard it as his call is W6 Romeo Kilo Papa, but I heard it as W6 Romeo Kilo Bravo because P and B sound similar. So I type in W6 RKB as in Bravo. And Wes hears and he goes, no, it's not a Bravo, it's a Papa. He can help you. The one thing is, and we talk about this on the new net and other things, is that phonetics are very helpful because, I hear P, I hear B, not P. K7, what's your call? Yeah. KG7 TMA, and maybe I hear it as KG7 PMA. So you'll hear this on the new net. Sometimes if some people don't use phonetics, we have to ask 2 or 3 times. If you do it phonetically, Whiskey 7 Tango Alpha, it makes it a little bit easier. The other thing I want to mention is there's 2 things in an event or a contest. There's the person that's running, calling CQ, and there's the person called searching and pouncing. They're going up and down the bands. So if we have a decent frequency and antenna, maybe enough power, and nobody's calling, you can get on and say CQ Field Day, CQ Field Day, Whiskey 7 Tango Alpha, Whiskey 7 Tango Alpha. And then several people call, and then a person calls in, let's say it's W1AW portable 4. And so I type in W1AW/4, and I say W1AW portable 4, this is W7 Tango Alpha, 7 Alpha Nevada. So it's a number and a letter, which is the 7 Alpha is the number of transmitters, the letter is the class, and then the 2 letters are, there are 2 or 3 letters are the section. And then he says, W7 Tango Alpha, this is W1AW portable 4. You are 22, I think max is 22 Bravo, North Carolina, NC, and that's the exchange. So you'll see sometimes we're going up and down the band, searching and pouncing, and sometimes we're calling CQ. So you'll learn a lot on that.
Another thing, there's some states with the sections, they have three like West Texas.
Yeah,
North
WTX.
Texas, WTX, NTX, you know what I mean? So, yeah, you got a bunch of them too.
Yeah, there's in N1MM, there's a little pop-up, little window that has the calls, the sections, also which sections we work. So I think we're just about to the end. Let's see in the Zoom world if there's anybody that has any questions or comments before we end this recording and this presentation.
Whiskey 6, Uniform Sierra.
W6 US, go ahead.
Oh, very good presentation. And hi to everybody from Western Washington. And the one thing I want to mention, if anybody is bringing their own computer to get on the network with N1MM, they absolutely must on Wednesday before the contest. That Wednesday, go ahead and refresh their N1MM. You need to go to the site and download it, and download the CTY file also. And that's so you'll be able to network. If you have a different version, it won't network. So that's a real important thing there if you are bringing a computer. So that's all I've got. Good presentation, and hi to everybody. W6 US.
Hey, Jim. Like I said, what I was going to do is that day I was going to put on a thumb drive all that information, master script and all that stuff there, so we can get it on the, so once we haven't got it, we can at least jack it in there and download it.
That'll be a big help doing that. And I've had that available in the past, but it's just easier to get it done at home when you got a big internet connection and everything else works fine. So anyway, that's what I've got. W6 US.
All right,
Okay, thanks, Jim. What will it be your call sign, and what will it be? Are you Western Washington? What will you be?
Most likely Western Washington. I may run out in the field a little bit from here and try another spot. I may be in Oregon. I may be it's only a few miles away. I'm just north of Seaside, where the big convention is going on this weekend. So anyway, I'm going to be on the air here shortly for the first digital contest, ARRL digital contest, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So everybody have a good time.
Yeah, that one's starting at 11 o'clock, coming up in another 25, 26, 7 minutes. It's the International Digital Contest, FTA4, FT8, and it goes from today to just 5 o'clock tomorrow, just right before 5. Have fun in the air.
Yeah.
But it's a good timing on that. And I'll be on the air running that. Also trying to get Kentucky. I heard one station today, but he couldn't hear me. So I'll try to get him in today. Anyway, everybody have fun, and glad to see a good turnout today. W6 US, Claire.
Okay, we'll hold a donut for you for next time. Thanks. Anybody else on Zoom have any comments or questions? Just open your mic and give your call sign. Okay, final call either on Zoom or here. Any questions, comments?
Any questions?
Says if you have not used N1MM, you may want to just download it, put it on your computer, and play around with it a little bit. Probably ask for help, not one straightforward program.
Right.
There's a bunch of YouTube tutorials that are
A
very
lot of
helpful.
YouTube stuff on it.
Well,
Yeah, so let me just.
You have N1MM? You
Oh,
don't have N1MM? What are you using for logging? What are you using for logging?
Well, I don't have it.
Oh, so you can operate one of ours? Okay, thought I asked.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
so let me just repeat in case the audio didn't get to the mic here on Zoom and the recording. Clint mentioned that if you're not familiar with N1MM, you may want to. It's called M1MM Logger Plus. You may want to get it on your computer. There's some tutorials. The running of it, once you get it going and you're doing the operating, it's pretty simple. It's just there's a few configuration things, and we can show you how to do things out in the field. But if you're going to bring your computer, that'd be good if it was set up ahead of time.
Yep.
Okay, final call for questions, comments. Anybody here? Do you have something, Peter? You're good?
Running overtime. I guess.
Okay, sounds
Oh.
good. So anything else you want to say?
No. Like I said, I mean, I'm all set up for that already. I'm already networked.
Okay, good. So we'll see you at, we'll see many of you at the Washoe Lake State Park. We'll get you
Okay.
signed up online. And for those that are going to go other places, shoot some pictures, have a lot of fun, bring some stories back, be safe, and talk to you on the air. This is W7 Tango Alpha, probably be 7A Nevada, seeing 73 from
R3.
73 from SNARS. And this completes today's SNARS presentation about Field Day for the monthly meeting on June 4th, 2022. See you on there.
Bye-bye.